Hello, everyone, and welcome to the real Marvel Action Hour, not Brian's action figure reviews. And today I'm joined by David.
Hello, Marvel Legends.
And Ash. And guys, go check their toy channels in the description. They are two awesome toy reviewers and all sorts of other stuff as well. So, guys, Wandavision, episode 4.
Whoa, slow your roll there, pal. First things first, super quick. We got some hints about the figures that are coming out this year, and I saw that there's a second Age of Apocalypse wave. Is anyone else excited about this, or is it just me?
No, I'm excited for that. I love it. I love Age of Apocalypse.
Awesome. I just wanted to share the love with that because I thought I was the only one who was like, more Age of Apocalypse, yes.
I have just started to read Age of Apocalypse, so now I'm like, oh my god, I need them all instantly. So yeah, I'm done with that.
Oh, and also, have we all got our Silver Surfer now? Our fallen Silver Surfer? Chef's kiss. Mwah.
I'm still waiting because we're miles behind over here. So yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, man. My heart goes out to you. That's tough.
I was just kicking myself because I'm there watching them there going, well, I got mine out first, and then I think David got his review out. Has yours come out yet, Brian? Have you done yours? Yeah.
No, I didn't even get the figure
yet.
It
yet.
Oh man! And I was sort of looking through all the reviews and then all of a sudden there's Dan Who reviews on got put onto the Marvelous News. Is it Marvelous News or something? He got his review posted on there, and he's off to 4,000 hits now. I'm like, that's it, I quit.
I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy for you. That's awesome.
Hi Dan, how are you?
There's no rivalries here, guys. Only friends.
Yeah. I definitely haven't been going onto Ash's channel and checking how many views his Silver Surfer review's got.
So guys,
right,
is there any other news before we go on to Wandavision? Actually,
I think that was it this week. There wasn't a lot, was there? It was a very quiet week, Marvel.
No, there was a bit of a kerfuffle. Yeah, I was going to say that, and there might possibly release episode 5 and 6 next Friday because of it.
Yes, I would be very happy to do that because I want to know what happens now.
Yeah.
What was the kerfuffle? I missed this.
So it depends how badly spoiled you want to be.
Well, without spoiling it, some guy basically got a hold of episode 5 and 6 and started leaking clips onto YouTube and stuff, and there's screenshots everywhere.
Man, that is some serious small dick behavior. Like, who does that?
But apparently Marvel has caught him already and is pursuing heavy legal action, so pity that guy.
Good. Okay, no, I don't want to rush it. It's like when I finished watching episode 4, I was watching it with my sister and brother-in-law, and my sister was like, "Oh God, I want to watch the next one. Why can't they just release them all?" I was like, "No, we're enjoying this so much over the course. Like, if they Cobra Kai'd it, we would have binged it all in one day, and then it's gone."
Yeah.
You know.
That is the one thing that I wish didn't happen, because obviously when they released the new Cobra Kai, I did literally binge watch it on New Year's Day. I watched the entire season in a day, and I was like, and I'm just like, I've got nothing now to watch now. So I'm always glad when they do this, when they keep us in suspense per episode.
Exactly. No, this is fine. Just piecemeal it out. It's so much better.
Yeah.
So who wants first shot on episode 4? Ash.
Dave go.
Yeah, go on.
The classic British gentleman thing. You go, no, you.
It's what you call a politeness standoff.
Yeah.
So this episode, wow, first MCU episode, technically, isn't it? It's like the first cinematic episode we've had that's not in Wanda's little universe. And reintroduction of Kat Denning. Very glad she's back. Lovely actress.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. She's the Thor girl, isn't she?
She is. She was from Thor, yeah. And she's an astrophysics scientist, I think she is. And so they brought her and a bunch of other scientists into the sword base after Johnny Woo discovered something's going wrong. And it was a very good episode. I thought I really enjoyed the looking into it and seeing it from the outside.
Oh, and actually, I've got my own headcanon now as well, which is great because Kat Dennings, right? So Wandavision is like, you know, it's this bubble where she's created like this really terrible sitcom, yeah?
Mhm.
So surely at some point, Kat Dennings is going to get sucked into it, and then that explains Two Broke Girls. There's no other way that such an awful show could have been made. That is actually from Wandavision. It's like, I get it now. I get it. So I can't enjoy Two Broke Girls. It's like, you know, a cinematic kick in the nuts, but it's at least explained away now by, no, it was Wanda doing it. So that's some headcanon for me.
I
have to say, or you've go on, Ash.
I was just saying that then obviously the beginning bit as well, where we saw people coming back from the snap. We've only ever heard about it in Spider-Man. We've never seen it in all its mayhem actually happening on screen. So to see all those people suddenly reappearing in that hospital facility was crazy.
Yeah. that was really, really cool. And I actually, funnily, when we put the episode on, I don't know how, but somehow we must have pressed a button and it was in German. It was the German dub. And when we're watching the recap in German, we're like, oh, this is weird. But then we just thought, oh no, is it some weird WandaVision thing they're trying to screw with our brains? And it wasn't until we were about a minute into the actual episode that I was like, nah, this can't be right.
Yeah, you got Monica Rambeau going, Guten Abend.
Exactly. Was ist los? I was like, I don't know, what is los? But yeah, it's really cool to see the people come back from the snap. Although it did kind of also just, I was kind of hoping like we wouldn't mention the snap and the 5-year gap so much, because I don't think it doesn't break the MCU for me or anything, but I just feel like the 5-year gap was too long. Like it opens up so many problems of like how the world would actually change. And it's like, it's just 6 months, you could have told the same story with a 6-month gap as opposed to a 5-year gap. And it's like, no, you didn't have to go there, but that's me overthinking things. So I'm like, oh, you couldn't integrate that many people back into society, and husbands would have got remarried and wives would have got like, it's too problematic for me, but I just forget that. So I shouldn't even mention it because it annoys me. But yeah, that's a debate for another day.
I think the 5-year thing allows them to dip in and out of that when they want to. I already saw a crazy theory on Instagram. You know how they mention astronauts disappearing in Sword? I saw someone saying, well, there's your Fantastic Four origin if you wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't pick up on the astronauts disappearing, but that is annoying when you watch the TV show with two other people who are not quite as invested in Marvel. I'm like, shh, you just stop talking, just watch. So I must have missed that little glimpse there. But that could be a Fantastic Four reference. I
kind of liked though how they showed people coming back and stuff, whereas in Spider-Man Far From Home it was kind of made as a joke, sort of. Whereas it's a fairly traumatic event the whole world was had, like so.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Spider-Man Far From Home at all, really. There were good bits of it. Mysterio was great, but a lot of the goofy, silly stuff was too goofy and too silly. And yeah, I didn't dig that. So it was nice to see a more real world approach to it. That was pretty cool. And it's very rare that a Marvel TV show will arguably do something better than the films did themselves.
Yeah.
So that's actually very, very encouraging. Where we now have an example of, I didn't like that in the film, but the TV show was way better.
We can blame Sony for that anyway, because Sony's Spider-Man. So, so the rest of the episode, guys, what do you reckon is going to happen next?
Again, that's the exciting thing about WandaVision, is that it's so hard to know what's going to happen next. But I think we could start to see Wanda really getting quite villainous. What do you think?
Yeah, she's definitely coming. Powers are getting stronger every episode by the looks of it. And she seems to be right. I've always been of the things like, so far in the MCU, we've not seen Wanda use her full powers to her full potential yet. So I always think, like, is she slowly learning how powerful she truly is? And is this going to be the program that shows her that she is like a reality bending witch? Is that going to kind of come out in this whole thing, that she is so powerful? Yeah.
I think they are really going to. I was wondering like, how far are they going to go with Wanda's powers? And it's like, no, they're going to go ham by the looks of it. They're really going to go all out with it.
I'm beginning to think she might be the actual villain or villainess in the Doctor Strange movie now. That she's gone completely off the reservation, and Strange is the only thing powerful enough to kind of go up against her.
That's a really good point, because I was thinking, oh, well, she can't be too villainous because she's going to be in the Doctor Strange movie, but there's no reason why she couldn't be the villain. Yeah, so again, that's a really good point, because I'm all for seeing Elizabeth Olsen play bad, because the Scarlet Witch as a whole, she's not like a madly interesting character unless you choose to write her so. And if they're writing her as this like dark, nuanced, twisted version of her, that's awesome.
Well, do you remember in I'm not sure if you guys read, I know we've mentioned it before, The House of M, the very beginning of the story, Professor X saying to her, Wanda, stop it. Vision's dead, those children aren't real. Wanda, stop it. He's trying to bring her back round. I can imagine Doctor Strange doing that role in the MCU and having a very similar dialogue as a nod to the comics. Maybe it's like the very last episode of WandaVision. He goes in, he opens the thing to go inside, and he's sort of like, Wanda, this isn't you, stop it. And he's the one that kind of brings around, kind of thing.
Yeah,
they have said there's a massive post-credit scene in the very last episode as well. So maybe there's your connector to Doctor Strange or something. I still think though that there's someone doing it to her, manipulating her powers, because I'm a killer for this, watching YouTube videos looking for Easter eggs and stuff. And someone pointed out that the board they had with all the people's names on it.
Yeah.
The only one that didn't have a positive ID was that Agnes character. So she could be pulling the strings, maybe.
Interesting. I didn't notice that, but that's really that could be it then, actually, because I mean, Marvel themselves do love doing that, don't they? They love making someone evil but giving them an out. They'd be like, oh yeah, no, this person is now evil, except they're not really.
Let's say even if we do, like, she's using her powers a bit mentally in this, but do we call her a villain? She's not technically evil. She's doing it to protect what she believes is her family. So, I mean, she just wants to be left alone in her little bubble. And it's people from the outside world trying to break that bubble.
Yeah, but she's holding a lot of people prisoner to do it.
Yeah, she is.
That's a really sort of interesting argument that, like, she's not hurting anyone, but she's also, she's got all these people held hostage.
And in the comics, doesn't her bubble expand eventually across the world as well?
Oh, yeah.
So, there's her problem as well. They have to do something about her.
Yeah. And you see, if 2020 lockdown has taught us anything, it's like you have to be strict with your bubble, all right? You can only let the right number of people in. And, I'm not saying this is an allegory, but but actually my son pop into my head prediction for the ending is I think Vision is going to convince her to stop. And like, he will be the one, he will sacrifice himself by convincing her to not do this anymore, which I'm telling you now will be heartbreaking. I can see them doing that. But hey, time will tell.
What did you think of Vision appearing at the end after she throw your one out the window, out through the walls? She turns around and Vision is all grey and has his lovely head wound.
That caught me off guard, actually. That was the first bit of that caught me like, whoa, like, that's mental. I genuinely now think that she's now created that weird little 50s kind of look to stop her looking at that zombie thing all day long, because I think that's how he genuinely is walking around right now.
So you reckon she's like Weekend at Bernie's to Vision?
Yeah.
Maybe that she actually has stolen his android corpse, and she's just
reanimating it,
puppeteering it around, which would be so morbid.
That's worse again.
But it could be the dark twist.
That was, like Ash said, I was totally taken off guard by the Optimus Prime great dead Vision. I was like, oh geez Louise, because it looked gnarly, he looked gruesome, but like more of that, please. More WandaVision horror.
Yeah, definitely.
I do see it going that way, because they've already said that the Multiverse of Madness is a bit of a darker movie. So, I mean, this could be the start of the descent of Wanda's madness that causes all that.
Yeah, because I'm right in thinking it's being directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what you're saying is that Vision is going to be a Deadite. There you go.
Yes. But like the guy that was originally directing Doctor Strange, he really, really wanted to take it down the horror route. So maybe they brought in Sam Raimi to keep that and the mad comedy that he does as well. So you can picture that with all the different multiverse characters popping in and out.
Yeah, because Sam Raimi is wonderfully bonkers in everything he does, and you got a lot of that in the Spider-Man movies he did, and yeah, more of that for Doctor Strange. I think that's going to be amazing. And if it's a villainous or just completely bonkers Scarlet Witch, I'm here for that. That's going to be fantastic.
Definitely. So like, what did you guys think of the beekeeper guy coming in, and when he comes back out, his rope or whatever is now like a skipping rope that kind of gives them an out for the twins to get out, doesn't it?
I didn't think about that. Because I saw that his rope was like colorful, and I wasn't sure what the deal was with that. I was like, was it always that color? They seem to be lingering on it for a long time, but no, I guess yeah, they could hint that is now changed and altered because it was in there. So yeah, I mean, my big hope is that still, we do get Vision out of there, because I love the character of Vision. I think it'd be a shame to not have him, live beyond this show. But yeah, the fact that they're hinting that maybe things can be changed within there, that counts for a lot. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the people of the town are like when they leave it. Actually, guys, you can help me. This is something I was really unsure about. The policemen, the sheriffs they meet at the start on the border of the town, were they from inside the town, or where were those policemen from, and where did they go?
I don't think they even knew themselves.
No,
he was like, Westview, but I'm from Eastview. I don't know, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, I think by its very nature it's supposed to be confusing, but even I would. The problem is my two non-Marvel friends were like, "Dave, what's going on?" And I was like, "I got nothing."
Yeah, it seems like those police officers were also maybe, if you were in that world and then Wanda made the world appear, anyone who was not in that bubble at the time has basically forgotten about that town, because they were stood next to the damn sign that said Westview, and those cops had no idea what Westview even was. It's like they couldn't see that sign.
Yeah.
He's definitely controlling them, or somebody is controlling them in some way to stop them re-entering or for going back near that town.
Yeah, I think that you can allow them a little bit of like a wizard did it type logic, because it is such a bonkers concept that you can get away with saying, look, you don't have to fully explain everything, just go with it. And I'm happy to just go with it, but sometimes I have to clarify, because there are also sometimes really obvious points that I just straight up miss. So I trust you guys to help me out with that. But yeah, I think that the direction they've gone now, like you've been saying, has completely altered the entire course of the show. And I think a lot of people are going to start to pick this show up now after that initial beginning, because it's just firing on all cylinders, and it really feels like an MCU experience now. And
may I just say, can I say to those people, I don't like those people.
Yeah.
There's all this week I've been talking on groups and forums, and everyone's like, "Oh, I really like Wandavision now." It's like, no, you're not allowed to now. You didn't invest yourself in the start. I'm not interested in you.
Yeah, there's people saying episode 4 was brilliant, the other 3 were crap, and I was like, yeah, but you had to watch the other 3 to appreciate episode 4. So
no, I want it to be exciting right away. I don't want things to be petitioned out to me in a creative manner. I just want everything first. It's like, yeah, sorry, pal, you missed the boat. I think Disney Plus need to have a kind of a lockout feature, where if you didn't watch the first 3 episodes on the day they were released, and it's like, sorry, tell you what, you can watch them after the last one is finished, but you can't join the ride now.
Can you imagine that?
The train has left the station.
Did you notice the end credit song as well this time?
Oh yeah.
Yes, it was Voodoo Child, wasn't it?
So we just saw Vision as a husk being controlled by Wanda, and then they put Voodoo Child on at the end.
Am I the only one that was waiting for Hulk Hogan to walk out of somewhere?
100%. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, that's just wonderful. Yeah, I want to see Vision come out with a feather boa and just full Hollywood.
What you gonna do, brother? Jeez, we had Macho Man last week, Hulk Hogan this week.
Again, the Venn diagram. There's a lot of crossover with the wrestling, and yeah, I'll always associate Voodoo Child with Hogan, for better or for worse.
Worse, definitely.
Yeah, I'm so interested to see what comes with episode 5 now. Gosh, we're on to episode 5 already. Because I try not to see any preview stuff, but I think this is the episode where they're in like their Halloween costumes, like the cheap looking Vision Halloween costume and the cheap Scarlet Witch looking Halloween costume, which I don't think is any kind of spoiler. Like that's been out. You know, those promo images have been out for a year now. So yeah, I'm so fascinated because it seems like, you know, the paint is peeling and the walls are coming down, and I think now it's going to get really intense.
So guys, before we go, have you any last predictions for next week's episode? I know you kind of touched on it there. What's going to happen next?
Ooh. I've seen all the spoilers and previews, so I better not talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't want to steamroll over Ash on that, but I haven't seen anything. First of all, actually, one thing I would actually appreciate is if they just gave a single line, just a little bit of lip service saying, gosh, if only Nick Fury were here, but he's not. So let's just do what we can, because that's like a glaringly obvious thing. Like, yeah, okay, so we saw in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man that he's on a space station, but you might want to give him a call, you know, or like someone needs to say, oh, we can't reach Fury, so let's carry on. That's all it needs for me personally, unless we get a Sam Jackson cameo appearance, which is not out of the question. I mean, you know, he slummed it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for the first episode to trick people into thinking that show was relevant. It wasn't. So, you know, so it would be nice to see at least some mention of Sam Jackson. But beyond that, for like the future predictions, I guess we're going to probably start to get that more people are going to start waking up now, you know. And I really love, Brian, the fact that you pointed out that Agatha didn't have an alias.
Yeah.
I would never have picked up on that in a million years. If you even just put that whiteboard in front of me and went, hey, do you notice anything funny? I got nothing. So yeah, I think that in itself, like, one thing we've learned from WandaVision is that nothing is done by chance. Like nothing is coincidence. You know, everything there is perfectly planned out, which is what makes it so good. So yeah, I think that's almost like a spoiler. Like, no, Agatha is definitely. Yeah,
I think she's 100%. And what you were saying, go on.
I was going to say that if we, obviously this isn't a spoiler, this is from previous things we've already seen. This next episode, I believe, is the one where she's in the car motionless and Vision touches her head and brings her back round. And she sort of says, "Aren't you dead?" and things to him. So I think that's in this next episode, and that's within the next episode or two.
Interesting. Okay. I'm so on board. It's annoying actually that we do this show on the Sunday, because it gets me really hyped for WandaVision, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait 5 more days.
But let's finish on a. Did any of you notice the moment with Jimmy Woo where he pulled out the card at the very start? Whereas like he in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think it was, Paul Rudd was telling him how he did it. He asked Paul Rudd how to do the magic, and then he has it now. It's just little moments like that.
Cool.
I didn't even get that.
I did not see that. I've only seen Ant-Man and the Wasp once, but I actually really enjoyed it. I just haven't. There's only 2 Marvel films that I've only seen once, and that's Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel, just because they kind of bridged the gap. And you know, but yeah, I need to go back and watch that again, because that's a great. I love those little Easter eggs, that little continuity. I mean, again, I wanted to tell. You know, the folks I was watching it with about, like, you know, oh, this guy is the grandson of Captain America's, but I was like, you know what, I don't want to start talking because I'm gonna miss stuff. So no, that's a really cool little touch. That.
So guys, tell us what's coming up on your channels in the next few days if you want. Plug yourselves.
Okay, well, for the model behavior, I recently just did a top 10 mistakes that new collectors make, which was a really fun video. So I had so much information volunteered for that. I'm gonna do a flip side. I'm gonna do a more positive top 10 advice, top 10 good things for collectors to do. If you're just getting into collecting, what are the top 10 good bits of advice to help you get the best collection at the best price and all points in between? I'm sure I'll give it some wonderful clickbaity headline like, how to get an amazing Marvel Legends collection with no money. So I look forward to that.
Nice one. Ash?
My channel this week's going to be all Ghostbuster themed. So I've got the Tully's night out set to review.
Nice.
Which is one with the Terror Dog. That was available on in-demand toys for like 40 quid, marked down from about 50. And then I couldn't resist the Ghost Popper.
Yes. Yes.
And I've been shooting at my young daughter and my wife all day with it because I'm evil.
That is very sweet.
Okay, guys.
I'm always amazed, Ash, when I see you post new videos, and I'm like, does he just buy everything? you got troll dolls, you got Ghostbusters, is there anything this man doesn't do?
We got King Kong, we got Marvel. It's like a never-ending toy thing down here. It's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, guys, let's meet up again next Sunday, and this has been the Real Marvel Action Hour. And also, guys, check out Dave's. No, you say it because Dave displays model behavior. Isn't that it?
Nailed it.
And Super Sorrel, and there'll be links in the description. And we'll see you again, guys. Bye.